We're back again with the Gulikit Elves 2 Pro, and we're going to be taking a look at some of the features and the settings in this video. Let's get into it. One of the bright sides to today's video is that you're not going to have to look at my ugly mug the entire video.
I freaking lied.
First feature we're going to take a look at is the autopilot gaming function. Almost all of these settings and functions are going to be using this settings button, the little cogwheel button, in combination with some of the other buttons on the controller.
APG function is a recording and repeat playback function for custom commands or macros using that APG button. That's the double squared button at the bottom here. Hold the APG button for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. You get a short vibration indicating the recording has started. From this point, all subsequent buttons pressed and joystick movements will be recorded. Why is that not working? I had the 8 direction mode off. It was on 4 direction, so it wasn't actually getting the side buttons. So then you go ahead and hit that APG button again. It'll long vibrate. And now if you press the APG button, it should perform all those button combinations that you just pressed. Apparently not. Let's try that again.
Now, if you want to actually save that file, this is how you do it. APG Recording File Share. Now, the first step is to press that settings button in the center, that cogwheel, and then you're going to hit the autopilot gaming button as well. At the same time, simultaneously, you'll hold both those buttons together for about 3 seconds. That will save the file to the controller. Then you want to plug the USB that was included with the Gulikit Elves 2 Pro in the box to your PC. It'll load up the Gulikit as an external drive, and if you open that on your PC, you will see a .apg file. That will be your recorded button combinations.
The only thing I kind of wish is that you can save multiple APG files, and then there was some sort of button combination that would allow you to activate that certain programming of button combinations. But unfortunately, it seems like if you record a button combination or an APG function and then save it, it'll just save over that when you make another one. And they also warn you in the manual not to change the name or it could not work properly. It just would have been kind of cool to have multiple APG files for different games or even the same game. Press a button in corresponding with another button and it would activate that certain button combination. But unfortunately, that's not an option.
Now the next function is the auto aim assist.
All right, in order to set this aim assist, you have to hold the settings button, which is the cogwheel, and either ZL or Z1. I'm gonna go with L because that pulls out the gun, and we're gonna go ahead and hit that settings button, hit that L. 1 vibration is low sensitivity aim, so if I hit that button, as you can see, moving up and down, side to side will now auto aim. Well, it's not auto aim, but it'll aim assist. If I go ahead and hit that setting button again, you get 2 vibrations, and now that's medium settings. As you can see, it's moving faster. And then if you hit that settings button one more time, you're going to get high sensitivity aim, and it's all over the damn place.
Now we're going to take a look at the Joystick Deadzone Mode.
Settings button and the capture button here, which is the square with the circle in the middle. You hit that 1 time and you're going to get 1 vibration, which means the dead zone on the joystick is on. Which, if I'm being completely honest, I still have absolutely no clue what it does.
I was doing some research and I learned that the joystick dead zone is the area around the center of the stick where input is ignored. even if the stick is only moved slightly. I continued to read, and then I got to this one insert where it said analog sticks are not perfectly calibrated and may not always return to a perfectly center position. It was at that point that I remembered during the Gulikit Elves 2 Pro review on the hardwaretester.com, that right stick didn't exactly go to absolute center every single time. If you scroll down here where it's testing the analog sticks here, you see that the left stick always seems to go right to that absolute zero, but if you mess around with the right, it's slightly off. It doesn't always go back to that absolute zero spot. It's more or less when it goes into this area right here, or even this one. The top half always seems to jump right back to that middle part, but it's always like down here. So if I press that settings button and the capture button, I wanted to see, as you can see, it's not doing that anymore. So that's one good use case for that Deadzone mode. Well, since we took a look at the Joystick Deadzone mode, why not take a look at the Joystick Sensitivity settings? So you're going to hit that settings button, and either the left stick or the right stick, you're going to press it down. So settings button, the cogwheel, pressing in the left stick. One vibration is 50%. As you can see, he's really chugging along, and he won't move back at all. You can do the same for the other side. You press that settings button, you hit it in once, you get one vibration, and once again, chugging side to side, up and down. Let's go ahead and hit that settings button one more time. You're gonna hit the stick in, you get two vibrations, and that is 100% sensitivity. You can move forward and back, side to side really fast. Go ahead and hit that in one more time. You get three vibrations, and now we're at 150%. A whole lot faster, and that's probably where I'll keep it. Maybe not so much on the aim. Well, if you happen to come across a game such as a shooter where you have to constantly be pressing the fire button, Gulikit has a setting called continuous fire. As always, once again, that settings button, you're going to hold that in and press any one of these buttons that you want to be a turbo fire. I'm going to use the shoot button, obviously, and I'm going to hit the settings button and the trigger button. Normal continuous fire is activated when there's one vibration. If you go ahead and do it again, you get two vibrations. This is auto continuous fire. So if I press that button, it should just keep shooting. Let's aim first. No, that's not working. Great, it's not working. No, it doesn't have rapid fire. Alright, let's see. Alright, if we press the settings button, it's a long vibration. 1, 2. It's not working. Oh, unfortunately, for whatever freaking reason, I can't get the continuous fire to work. I remember getting it to work on the Gulikit KK3 Max and Doom. I don't have Doom installed on here, but even here, it's not working. You press it once, it just shoots one. If you hold it in, it's doing it, but it's actually supposed to keep doing it after you press the button once and let it go. Now, another cool feature, which I thought was a little cooler on the Gulikit KK3 Max, is the face button switch. Now, on the Gulikit KK3 Max, you were able to actually take the physical buttons out and switch them. Now, on the Gulikit Elves 2 Pro, you can't do that. It's just software related, but still can become kind of useful for those who are either used to the Nintendo Switch layout or the Xbox layout. You're gonna press the cogwheel and the plus. Right now, Y is shoot, X is knife, B is jump, and A throws grenades, but I ain't got none. So let's try that again. Cogwheel plus. Now, as you can see,
The knife is now Y. Shooting is now X. Jumping is now A. And grenade launch is now B. Oh, now all of a sudden the continuous rapid fire is working. What the I guess the controller had a hiccup. Well, it's working now. So if I was... Now, as you can see, the shooting is also rapid fire.
Now, a feature that'll probably only be useful in certain games such as Pac-Man or Contra is setting the D-pad to 4 directions or 8 directions.
Hit that settings button and hit right, and a short vibration is going to be your 4 directions. Another press of that right button on the D-pad is going to be your 8 directions, and where that comes in handy is a game like this, like Contra, where you can shoot in a diagonal up and down. If I go ahead and I switch it over to that 4, as you can see, I no longer can shoot in those diagonals. Now, where the 4 button mode on the D-pad is going to come in handy is retro games such as Donkey Kong. If I have it in 8 direction mode, you'll see that it becomes a little more difficult to be a little accurate when going up the ladder while running by. I have to actually stop in front of the ladder precisely at that spot and then press up. I'm going to die, but whatever. If I switch to 4 directional on the D-pad, it becomes a little bit more accurate going up the ladders while I'm running by, speeding up my response time. Instead of having to stop in front of the ladder, slowing me down.
For those of you who want to feel a little more vibration, there is a setting to change the vibration sensitivity.
Hit that settings button plus the up. 1 vibration is weak vibration. And then you hit the settings button again and up, you get 2 vibrations. You're going to get a standard vibration mode. That is a whole lot different than the other one. Now, if you press it one more time, that settings button and the up on the D-pad, you should get 3 vibrations, and that's strong vibration mode. I mean, yeah, that's pretty intense. Let's change that again. You hit that settings. You hit that. A long vibration means you turn the vibration off. You won't feel any vibration now. Let's go ahead. That's weak. Hit it again. That's standard. They're ever so slightly stronger than the one before.
Now, sticking with that whole theme of vibration, there is a setting to change the vibration mode.
You hit that settings button, you press down on the D-pad. Let's go to 1 vibration. That's rotary mode. This is haptic. This is HD. I don't know how to explain that, but they are different. The rotary is kind of more of a thunk, 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 thunk. I mean, that haptic kind of feels slightly like you're actually shooting a gun. And obviously HD is more like intense. I ain't gonna lie, I have absolutely no clue how to get the way it feels out in words. They are different though. If I had to pick a personal favorite of mine, I mean, I'd personally leave it on rotary, but that haptic's kind of nice. It's kind of cool. I don't know. You guys explain to me down below what the difference is between rotary motor mode. There is a difference. more or less don't explain what the difference is. Explain kind of in words, in descriptive words, how they feel, how differently they feel. Because I suck at being descriptive.
Well, there you have it. That's all the features and settings on the Gulikit Elves 2 Pro. If you're familiar with the Gulikit KK3 Max, you would have noticed that those are pretty much all the features that are on that controller as well. If you have any questions about the features and settings, please leave those in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to check out that Gulikit KK3 Max review, link in the description down below as well. As for now, I'll see you in the next one. And in that next one, we're going to be taking a look at the Game MT E6 Max, a Android handheld that I got on AliExpress for about $100 with tax and shipping. We're going to be taking a look at emulation and Android gaming and see whether that thing is even worth it, and hopefully it might be able to handle PS2. Guys, instead of staring at my ugly mug, why don't you go ahead and check out one of our other videos? 1, 2, I'll wait. My busted face ain't going nowhere.